Hi guys, I'm about to tell you guys what happened down in the NHL on March 16th, 2025. It's now March 17th, but happy St. Patrick's Day to you guys, and I'm going to give you the rundown what happened yesterday. Let's go. So the first game that we had was the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Detroit Red Wings at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. We had Ilya Samsonov versus Peter Mrazek. For first period, there was no goals at all. 0-0, nada. The second period, 1-0 Red Wings. Albert Johansson, assisted by Vladimir Tarasenko and JT Compher. That's the only one in the second period. In the third period, it got very interesting. Lucas Raymond got a goal, assisted by Elmer Soderblom. And then to make it 3-0 Red Wings, it was Marco Kasper, assisted by Eric Gustafsson and Patrick Laine. And it score ended up 3-0, Red Wings win. Moving on. Peter Mrazek got his first shutout of the season with the Red Wings, his 14th career shutout. Moving on to game number 2, we have the Stars versus the Avalanche, and it was an interesting one. Let's get right into it. So first period, we had Jason Robinson, goal, assisted by Ropa Hintz and Mikko Rantanen, 1-0 Dallas. Then we had Marty Necas, power play goal, scored the goal, assisted by Cale Makar and Jonathan Drouin to make it 1-1. That's on the first. Moving on to the second period, Valery Nichushkin scored a goal, assisted by Devon Toews and Cale Makar to make it 2-1 Avalanche. 3-1 Colorado Avalanche. Jonathan Drouin, assisted by Sam Molikins and Val Nichushkin. Then it was 3-2 Stars. Malik Bork, assisted by Jamie Benn and Wyatt Johnston. Then the Stars tied it eventually. Matt Duchene, goal, assisted by Esa Lindell and Mason Marchman. And then it went to overtime. Sudden death. Cale Makar scored the goal for the Avalanche to win it, assisted by Nathan McKinnon and Brock Nelson. And it was 4-3 Avalanche win.
Avalanche had a video for Mikko Rantanen.
And it was Mikko Rantanen's return back to Colorado ever since he got traded with Avalanche. He went from Avalanche, and then he went to Carolina Hurricanes, and then he got traded to Dallas. So he's been on a roller coaster. And I've got to tell you guys, the goaltenders for this game, for the Stars, it was Jake Ottinger, and for the Avalanche, it was Scott Wedgwood. Moving on to game number 3, we have the Rangers versus the Edmonton Oilers. Stuart Skinner in net for the Edmonton Oilers. And we got Igor Shesterkin in net for the Rangers. Let's get into it. Period number 1, Corey Perry, 1-0 Oilers, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Leon Draisaitl. Then Will Cooley in the second period. That's the first period. And Corey Perry was a power play goal. Moving on to the second period, it was 1-1. Rangers tied it. Will Cooley, assisted by Artemi Panarin and Vincent Trocheck. Then it became... Then moving on to the third period, it was 2-1 Oilers. Victor Arvidsson, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Then 3-1 Oilers. Connor McDavid, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Brent Kulak. And it was that for that game. It ended up being 3-1 Oilers win. And yeah, some pretty good games so far. Moving on to the next game, the fourth game that played was the Florida Panthers versus the New York Islanders. Vitek Vanacek in net for the Panthers, and Ilya Sorokin was in net for the Islanders. Let's get right into it. First period had 0-0. Second period, it was 1-0 Florida Panthers, scored by Sam Reinhart, assisted by the captain, Alexander Barkov and Gustav Forsling. Then it was 2-0 Panthers, power play goal by the captain, Alexander Barkov, assisted by Sam Reinhart and Eetu Listerainen. And then that was in the second period. Third period, Mark Gatom, assisted by Tony DeAngelo and Pierre Engvall, to make it 2-1 for the Islanders, within one. And then it was 2-2 Islanders, Maxim Tsaispakov, assisted by Mike Riley and Tony DeAngelo. Then it was 3-2 Islanders, Noah Dobson with the goal, assisted by Anders Lee. Then for the empty net, it was 4-2 Islanders, Sam Holmstrom, assisted by Jean Gabriel Pageau. And then Mike Riley returned to play after heart surgery, recording first assist this season on Max Tyskov goal. And then moving on, and that one ended 4-2, Islanders win. Moving on to the next game, we have the Anaheim Ducks versus the St. Louis Blues. For the Anaheim Ducks in goal, we had Lucas Dostal. And for the St. Louis Blues, we had Jordan Binnington. Let's get right in it. First period, Braden Shen, the captain, scored the goal to get the Blues on the board, 1-0. Assisted by Dylan Holloway and Jordan Kyrou. Shortly after that, 2-0 Blues, Pavel Buchnevich, assisted by Jake Neighbors and Cam Fowler. That's in the first period. Second period, 3-0 Blues, Dylan Holloway, assisted by Justin Falk and Jordan Kyrou. Cutter Gunter scored for the Dallas Stars to get them on the board, to make it 3-1, assisted by Raka Gudis and Mason McTavish. Scored for the Ducks, my bad. Cutter Gauthier, assisted by Raka Gudis and Mason McTavish to get the Ducks on the board. And then Radek Faksa, shortly after that, Radek Faksa scored 4-1 for the Blues, assisted by Alexia Chopinko and Nathan Walker. And then after that shorthanded goal, 5-1 Blues, Matthew Joseph, no assist. And then the second one for the Ducks was Nikita Nerzengov, assisted by Cutter Gauthier and Mason McTavish. Jake Neighbors, Jordan, and then after that, it was 6-2 Blues. Jake Neighbors, assisted by Jordan Kyrou and Justin Falk, power play goal, 6-2 Blues. And then it ended up being 7-2 Blues, a goal from Oscar Sundqvist. That was a power play goal, 2 power play goals actually, for Zach Boldy and Robert Thomas. And it ended up being 7-2 Blues. And then they changed goalies to Ville Husso in the third period. I think it was for the Blues. Let's go. And that does it for that game. Oh, my bad. My correction. They changed goalies to Ville Husso in the third period for the Ducks. And after that, it was just all Blues after that, and they couldn't come back. Moving on to the next game, we got the Winnipeg Jets versus the Seattle Kraken. The goalies for this game was Eric Comrie versus Joey Decor. Let's get right into it, boys, shall we? It was first goal, Yanni Nachman, assisted by Jordan Eberle, the captain, and Chandler Stevenson to make it 1-0 Seattle. And then there's 2-0 Seattle. Michael Inisimot, assisted by Riley Evans and Brandon Montour. The Jets scored right after that to make it 2-1 within a goal. Cole Perfetti, assisted by Dylan Sandberg and Vladimir Nemestikov. That's all in the first period. Move on to the second period. 2-2, Jets tie it. Kyle Connor, assisted by Morgan Barron. And it was 2-2. They went to overtime. And to end it, it was Dylan Sandberg. 3-2 Jets, assisted by Cole Perfetti and Nemestikov. Vladimir Nemestikov. And it was Connor Hellebuck temporarily replaced Eric Combré at net after Combré was involved in a collision with Matty Beniers. Eric Comrie returned to the net later in the game. Then moving on to and then that game ended up being 3-2 overtime win.
It was before that one.
Oh. That was the last game I said, my bad. Moving on to the game before that, it was the Utah Hockey Club versus the Vancouver Canucks. We got Kirill Vejmelka versus Kevin Lehkonen. And let's get right into it. Utah versus Canucks. Quinn Hughes scored the first goal for the Canucks, Vancouver Canucks power play goal, assisted by Elias Pettersson and Jake DeBrusk. Then shortly after that, Utah ties it up with a goal from Kevin Stenlund and Nick Bjugstad. Kevin Stenlund scored the goal, assisted by Nick Bjugstad and Michael Carconi. That's for the second period. First period 0-0. Third period, Logan Cooley to make it 2-1 Utah, assisted by Sean Jersey and Nick Schmaltz. And then to make it empty net 3-1 Utah, Clayton Keller, assisted by Nick Schmaltz. And that would end it for that game. It ended up being 3-1 Utah. And that's all I have for yesterday's games. And yeah, it was a crazy one. See you guys in the next NHL update video. Shoots later.
No, wait. You want to talk about the St. Patty's Day?
Oh, and St. Patrick's Day is today, and we're going.
No, I meant to.
Oh, actually, today's St. Patrick's Day, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have their St. Pat's jerseys. You should go. If you ever watch them or watch the highlights of that game, go check them out. If they even played today, they're wearing their blue, white and green St. Pat's jerseys, which I truly like. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy one. And I think some other teams have like St. Patrick's Day warm-up jerseys. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a great St. Patrick's Day. All the games that are playing today. And see you guys in the next one.